Halloween had always been a night of revelry, a time for costumes and laughter, but this year was different. The whispers of the town spoke of an abandoned mansion, a place where fear had taken root and legend was born, a place where a sinister mirror held dark secrets and chilling mysteries. It was a rumor that none could ignore, and so, on this fateful Halloween night, we gathered as friends bound by a daring pact. In the pale moonlight, we shared nervous glances, a mixture of excitement and trepidation reflected in our eyes. The mansion stood before us, an ominous silhouette against the night sky. Its crumbling facade mocked our audacity, its shattered windows seeming to hold secrets that dared us to uncover them. We were drawn to the unknown, compelled by a shared desire to challenge the boundaries of our fear. The air was charged with anticipation as we approached the decaying gates. Our footsteps echoed like an ominous drumbeat, each one a reminder that we were crossing into the realm of the macabre. In hushed tones, we spoke of the legends, of the mirror's curse, and the horrors that awaited within. The weight of the stories bore down on us, but we were resolute, united by a shared goal: to confront the mansion's malevolence and emerge unscathed. With trembling hands, we pushed open the creaking doors, and as we crossed the threshold, we knew that the line between bravery and folly had blurred. The pact we had made, though spoken in jest, now bound us to a night where our courage would be tested beyond measure. What had started as a challenge among friends had become a dire encounter with the unknown, a journey that would reveal the darkness hidden within our own souls. My heart thrummed with primal dread as I stared at the mansion's facade. A voice in my head screamed at me to turn back, to flee this place of unspeakable horrors. But curiosity, that wicked temptress, compelled us forward, pulling us deeper into the abyss of the unknown. The mansion whispered dreadful secrets, its walls oozing with the residue of unimaginable agony. We ventured inside, every step echoing through the hollow corridors like a death knell. The air grew dense with the stench of decay, and I felt unseen eyes upon us, malevolent and hungry. In the heart of the mansion, we discovered a room draped in shadows, where an ornate mirror clung to the wall like a gateway to hell. Centuries of darkness had tarnished its surface, and grotesque figures writhed within the intricate carvings that adorned its frame. The glass exuded an eerie, unsettling luminescence that seemed to draw our eyes into its depths, as if it held the souls of the long-forgotten, imprisoned in a state of perpetual torment. The longer we gazed upon it, the more our fear became an irresistible, suffocating presence, chaining our very souls to the malevolent mirror. It was as if the mirror itself hungered for our dread, and in its reflection, we saw the abyss of our deepest terrors, unable to tear our eyes away from the impending horror that awaited us. I couldn't look away from the mirror, captivated by the unknown horrors it held. The room seemed to pulse with a malignant energy, and I realized we had trespassed into a domain of pure malevolence. As we peered into the mirror, our own reflections twisted into contorted forms, their eyes glinting with madness. But that was not the worst of it. We saw our reflections in various stages of torment, our bodies mutilated and broken, our faces etched with indescribable terror. It was a nightmarish vision of our demise. A scream clawed its way up my throat, but it froze in my mouth, choked into silence by the sheer horror before us. The mirror was not just reflecting our appearance, it was predicting our doom, each ghastly image showing a different fate, all leading to our inevitable demise. Fear wrapped its icy fingers around our hearts as we realized the mirror was a gateway to our worst nightmares. The room seemed to contract, suffocating us in its grip. Every breath felt tainted by the despair of those who had perished before us. Driven by an unholy compulsion, we reached out, our trembling fingers brushing the mirror's surface. The moment our skin met the glass, the world twisted and contorted, and we were engulfed in a maelstrom of agony and terror. The room screamed in fury, its walls closing in on us. Shadows danced with demonic glee, whispering promises of eternal suffering. Time lost all meaning as we were thrust into a nightmarish realm, a dimension woven from our deepest fears. In this accursed mirror world, we were hunted by grotesque phantoms, tormented by the echoes of our own despair. Every step we took reverberated with the agony of 1,000 lost souls. Our anguished screams melded with the malevolence of the mirror, intertwining in a nightmarish union. The agony etched on our faces seemed to echo within the very essence of the glass, creating a dissonant symphony of suffering that reverberated through the unending abyss. In the mirror, our torment knew no bounds. Each reflection bore the weight of our worst fears, as our mutilated bodies contorted in gruesome and relentless agony. The room itself seemed to throb with a sadistic pleasure, the very air saturated with the scent of suffering. Our voices, once full of life, were now twisted into wails of despair. They ricocheted off the mirror's surface and rebounded through the void, carrying the weight of our eternal torment. Every sound was a testament to the horrors we endured, a haunting melody of anguish that knew no end. As hours bled into days, our sanity fractured like glass, sharp shards of reality piercing our minds. The mirror's curse seeped into our very souls, twisting us into monstrous versions of ourselves. We clawed at the walls of our nightmare prison, our hands bloodied and broken, but there was no escape. The mirror reveled in our torment, feeding on our fear and despair. Our bodies wasted away, mere husks of what we once were. The mansion's dark secrets had ensnared us, and we were condemned to haunt the cursed mirror for all eternity, our screams forever drowned in the malevolent laughter of the abyss.